Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic day. I have two in-depth candle reviews that are going to be going live here on my channel today. Both of them are from the Better World Fragrance House. If you are interested in more of my home fragrance related content, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button right below the video here. That way all of my future uploads will show up in your subscription feed. Anyway, you guys, I am really excited to share both of these candle reviews with you. I purchased these candles at Ulta. I actually originally became familiar with the brand when I was in Ulta in early 2024 and was just kind of, checking things out. Usually in the middle of their main aisles, they will have these, etagere stands or whatever. And they'll contain different products. There was one dedicated to candles, and I saw some homework stuff, so I walked over and then noticed that above the homeworks was this Better World brand, and I was like, what is this? So I started doing a little bit of Googling, and it turns out this is actually Drake's candle brand. Drake as in the rapper Drake. So I started kind of becoming a little bit interested, but honestly at the time, the price point and the fact that these were just one-wick candles kind of gave me a little bit of pause. And so I just kind of walked away. In fact, I think I actually purchased a couple of Homeworks candles that day, but I decided to go ahead and walk away. But I did have the opportunity to smell a few of them. And what I could smell from just the samples that they had out, they really intrigued me. And so they always stuck in the back of my head, right? Well, later in the year, in 2024, I finally decided to go ahead and splurge and pick up two of the fragrances. So Williamsburg Sleepover is the one we're going to be reviewing here first. And then the second candle review will go up a little bit later on today, but it is, again, another fragrance from this line. Both of them, oh my gosh, you guys, the performance. This is really where this brand is blowing me away. Listen, the scents are lovely. I love both of the fragrances, but it is the performance of these one-wick candles in my open concept home that's really kind of giving me like a lot of excitement about this brand right now. They are so strong. Again, these are one-wick candles. So let's go ahead and go through the usual review style here. I'm gonna read you guys the fragrance blurb. We'll go through the fragrance notes. I'll tell you what I smell. So essentially what my nose detects in the fragrance overall. We'll talk about the strength and the throw. We'll discuss any burn issues, and then we'll wrap it up, and I'll let you guys know if I will be repurchasing this one or not. Spoiler, heck yeah, I will. Okay. Before we get into the fragrance notes though, this is the presentation of the product here when you purchase it, obviously. So you get a really nice box. One of, I think, the most unique things about this particular brand is that in the box, they are going to give you a little Sharpie. Now, this Sharpie is intended for you to use to write on the candle. So you can see there that it says Williamsburg Sleepover 4. So if you were purchasing this as a gift for a girlfriend or a family member, you could write their name on it. You could write a nickname on there. You could draw a picture. You could decorate this vessel in any way that you wanted with this Sharpie. And I think this makes this particular brand a little bit more unique and interesting. I have absolutely horrific handwriting, and so I wrote nothing on mine, but I love the idea of purchasing something like this and customizing it and then giving it to a girlfriend. I don't know, I just think it's really cute, but not that everybody is gonna, be all over that. I just thought it was kind of a fun thing. So, all right, the fragrance blurb that they give us here reads, "This luminous fragrance captures the essence of an urban garden under shaded light. The red roses, succulent blonde woods, and warm luminous ambers combine for a story of freedom and sensuality. Patchouli grooves and ylang ylang eliminate confidence and intimacy for seduction in a candle." So these candles do retail for $48 each. So they are a little bit, I guess you could say more of a splurge. But you guys, these are worth the splurge. The candles are paraben-free and phthalate-free. I do believe that these are... I'm not seeing what the actual wax is that they are using here, but it is a softer wax. It makes me think that it might be some kind of coconut or maybe apricot or some kind of soy blend. It's incredibly clean burning though. So whatever this wax blend is, I'll try to do a little bit more in-depth research on this, especially if I'm gonna keep buying these. But it does look like it is a softer wax blend. So anyway, like I said, I'm not sure, but I'll let you guys know. Let's go through these notes here. The scent profile is a floral woody musk, and I think that's a really great way to describe this fragrance. The top notes are aldehydic, salicylate. Sorry, I know I'm messing that up. Sorry about that. I'll tell you what both of those smell like here in a second. Water flowers and fruity floral. The mid notes are rose, floral amber, tuberose, and ylang ylang. The bottom notes are patchouli, vetiver, musk, and amber. Okay, let's start with these top notes here. Let's talk about what these aldehydic notes typically smell like. So typically they are going to present as a clean, fresh, soapy, slightly metallic, and sometimes citrusy or green type fragrance note. So in the case of this one, I feel like the clean and fresh is what really applies here. In terms of the, and I'd never really seen this this particular fragrance note very frequently before. I've seen it here and there, but I've never really bothered to look it up. So let's read what this is supposed to smell like. So this gives off a slightly floral smell, but to some people it gives off a musky type of note. So how you perceive this particular fragrance note is going to vary from person to person. But I know that those are fragrance notes that are a little bit more maybe conceptual. So if you're wondering what those smell like, that's what you're supposed to get from those. I do, again, agree that there is a clean, fresh, soapy opening note to this one. To me, I think that this does smell more floral and a little bit of musk. It's not super musky, but I do get some muskiness from this one for sure. The water flowers, I feel like there is maybe like I'm trying to compare it to other floral candles that I've had in the past. What was the water lily scent that Homeworks had? It wasn't Coastal Water Lily, was it? Oh gosh, I can't remember. But I do feel like there is kind of like a water lily type note in here. The fruity floral, I don't know. I don't consider this one fruity in the slightest. I think this leans far more floral than it does fruity, but there is some sweetness to the floral notes. So I guess maybe you could get some fruity sweetness here, but it's not like there's an outright strawberry, cherry, blueberry, watermelon, papaya, lychee or whatever. It's not like that. I think it's just kind of a generic, like sweet, more floral fruitiness, I guess you could say. These mid notes to me are very interesting because, again, we have rose, tuberose, and, well, ylang ylang is not fruity, but so the rose. Rose, I think, sometimes scares people off. This is not a traditional rose scent. You are not going to smell something that's old-fashioned in this. It's a very modern fragrance. I would say if there is any type of rose in here, it's a definite, like, very modern, like, garden rose type scent. Maybe like a David Austin Patience type rose or a David Austin Gwendolyn rose type fragrance. Tuberose. I don't really pick up much tuberose in this one at all. I actually really like tuberose, but I really don't get much of that in here. I do get a touch of that like soft ylang ylang note for sure. But what I think I smell more of in these mid notes is actually the amber that's kind of listed alongside the floral here. But let's dig into that more with these base notes here. Is patchouli present? Yes, but it is the very soft, perfumey patchouli. It's not the dirty, earthy patchouli. Is there vetiver? Yes, but a slight touch of it. Is there musk? Yes, but it's not an overwhelming, heavy musk. And it is a sweeter, more floral-like musk. And the amber. I think the amber is why I really fell in love with this fragrance. There is the most beautiful, resinous, perfumey amber in here, you guys. It is so pretty. This fragrance is soft. It's feminine. It is definitely floral, but not aggressive floral. The patchouli, the vetiver, the musks, and the amber, I think really ground this fragrance and take away a lot of those like heavy florals that can sometimes take over in a fragrance. You guys, this is just so incredibly well done. This is one of those scents that I wish everybody could stick their nose into, because I bet you good money that the vast majority of you who are watching this video would love this fragrance, especially if you are at all intrigued by any of these fragrance notes. It is just so well done. Now let's get into the best part here. The fragrance is amazing. Obviously, I love the scent, but the performance. Listen, this is a 1-wick candle. I think it's 8 ounces. It doesn't even say here on the website. Let me see if it says. Oh, it says here. It's right on the front of the box. 10.5 ounces. So it's not obviously an overly large candle, but it's very slow burning, and the strength of this one, and I'm not exaggerating, you guys, I'm putting it at an 8 for a 1-wick 10.5 ounce candle. This has a strength of 8 for me in my open concept high ceiling home. It is so stinking good in terms of that. And the throw, I don't know. The throw, I'm not gonna put at more than like a 7. It does travel. It doesn't fill the entire downstairs of my house, but any room that I have had this in, it has definitely traveled and mingled with other fragrances that are at least in the vicinity of where I'm burning it. It has good throw, but the strength, I think, is what I'm impressed with most here. I don't think that I have ever had a single wick candle other than probably, usually the Nest 1-wick candles are kind of in somewhat the same range, but I would actually say that the performance of this in terms of strength is actually a little bit better than most Nest 1-wick candles. It is fabulous, you guys. Is it a house filler? No, not necessarily. But I tell you what, if he came out with a larger concept of especially this fragrance, out of the two that I'm reviewing today, I think this one is probably my favorite out of the two, although the other one is just as lovely. But this one here just speaks to me for whatever reason. I would absolutely spend probably a small fortune to get this in a 2, 3, or 4-wick size. If this, for example, came in a Voluspa like hearth size, I would buy it in an instant. And you guys, I am not necessarily the floral girly, but that is how beautiful this floral is. It is just stunning. In terms of the overall burn, so I will say that this one here, it pulls out every single time, but there is one side that kind of lags behind a little bit. However, as I'm burning the candle, it definitely has moved down along with the wax pool. So I'm just gonna give you that overhead view right now. I do trim these wicks before each burn, but I just literally run a paper towel along the wick. You know, I kind of wrap it around the wick a little bit and then just pull up. They're very strong, sturdy wicks, and I just pull off the mushroom top that way. I don't even have to take scissors to this one because the wicks are so strong. I feel like I can wipe them and trim them that way, if that makes sense. But this is what I'm talking about with this one. I'm going to turn it to the side here so that you can see. Just this one edge here. Oh, look, sorry, I left that in there. I didn't catch it with my paper towel this morning. Should have fished that out. But anyway, do you see how this one side here is just kind of lingering, if you will? It has done this from the beginning, but it has moved down with the candle, so it continues to join the wax pool overall. The other one is not doing that. I'm wondering if maybe this one is in a little bit of a draft area. What I think I might do is put my glass candle sleeve over this and see if I can correct it overall. But you can see that this is not an overly deep wax pool here. And I don't even have this included in that wax pool. And I am getting this level of strength and throw from this candle. I'm telling you guys, if you are looking to try something new, if you're willing to splurge, if you're willing to branch out, get it. These are so lovely. I just can't say enough good things about these. $48 well spent for me. And like I said, if you're willing to splurge, I think you're really going to enjoy this one. So if you're interested, I'll link it down below. Let me know if you guys have any additional questions, but I'm just really excited to share these with you because I do think they are very special. And this is the year where I'm looking to kind of branch out to some new to me candle brands. And this one here, I will be revisiting a Better World fragrance house a couple times this year. So let me know your thoughts on this particular brand. If you've had the chance to try it, I would love to hear your feedback. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. I appreciate you so much. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.